Welcome to the Royal Calcutta Turf Club Calcutta Races Autumn Meeting, second day, Saturday, 12th November 2022 race preview. The first race of the afternoon is the RLS Handicap for horses rated 1 to 26 to be ridden by jockeys of internationality to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. First up, we got a couple of runners. Number one is Divine Chakra, who surely prefers the winter track since it has been unplaced in 4 of his starts in the monsoon track. In his last start, Divine Chakra took the turn in last spot, then made up a place and eventually finished on 8. Number 3 is the other runner we are looking at, who had a couple of starts in the monsoon season. First up, it finished on 5th and behind Mint Chaser in race number 1. In his last start, took the turn in 6th spot and finished on 6th of 9 runners. The winner here was Jean Lafayette. Number 2 is Our Choice, had a run in race number 127 in the previous winter season where it took the turn in 11th spot, made up a place and eventually finished on 10th of 14 runners. The winner here was Bold Style, who veered out and eventually won that race by a length and a quarter. Number 4 is Misty Grey. Misty Grey had 3 starts in the winter season and it skipped the monsoon season. The first start it had in the winter season, it was in race number 36 where it finished on 2nd. Then it had a couple of unplaced effort. The last run it had, the one we are looking at, is in race number 88 over 1200 meters where it took the turn in 2nd spot, weakened and eventually finished on 5th. The winner here was Sonata. Number 5 is Beautiful. Speaking of which, out of Ice Beauty, the start we are looking at is from the winter season in race number 112, where it took the turn in 3rd spot and stayed on in 3rd, almost 15 lengths from the winner, which was Social Truth. And Beautiful is ridden today by Hindu Singh. Number 6 is Lion Queen. Lion Queen had a start in the monsoon track in race number 37 where it was leading the pack into the last 150 meters or so, then was challenged for the lead and eventually ran out of gas and finished on a close 3rd behind Jinsuku, who got that race by 3 parts of a length. Number 8 is Compliance. Compliance, who came down from southern India, its first to start on the monsoon track. First up, it finished on 4th in race number 37 behind Jinsuku. In race number 43, Compliance was ridden in check, took the turn in 5th spot, made up some late gains on the wide outside as you can see on the top of your screen, eventually finished on 3rd behind Arrow Point. Moving on to the second race of the afternoon, the Serendine Handicap for horses rated 61 to 86, rated 41 to 66 eligible to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. The run we are looking at is from the monsoon season in race number 47 where 3 of the runners went up against each other. The first runner we are looking at is Galen, who summered in Bangalore and Mysore. Had a start there, but in his first start was installed the slight favourite, took the turn in 2nd spot, didn't have much to offer as they came into the last 250 meters, eventually finished on 3rd. We had number 2 Basharat, who was racing in the wrong end of the field as after taking a slow start, eventually finished on 6th of 7 runners. Number 5 is Circle of Love, who took the turn in 4th spot, was a little flat-footed and eventually finished on 4th. The winner here was Wordsmith. Number 3 is 3rd Avenue. The run we are looking at is from the winter season. It skipped the monsoon season. It had 4 wins in the winter season. Its last start we are looking at is in race number 122 over 1600 meters. Took the turn in 6th spot, then burst out of the pack as they entered the last 250 meters. Won that race by length and a half, beating Circle of Love, who subsequently won its next start. Ridden today by P. Tejeshwar, who claims a kilo off. Number 4 is Livicilla, who's on a hat-trick after winning a couple of races in the monsoon season. First up, it won in race number 16 over 1400 meters, beating Mandolin. In his last start, went on a start-to-finish mission as the end of the home straight, kicked away from the field, won that race by 4 1/4 lengths, beating Thar into 2nd. Moving on to the third race of the afternoon, the Relevance Handicap for horses rated in 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be ridden by jockeys of Indian nationality, to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. First up, we're looking at number 1, Mandolin. Mandolin had a win in the winter season in race number 107. Its 3 starts in the monsoon track didn't yield much. First up, it finished on 7th in race number 3. Then it finished on 2nd behind Livisilla in race number 16. In its last start, Mandolin took the turn in last spot, finished on a detached last. The winner here was Rimmel. Three runners we're looking at. Number 2, Thar. Thar has had 4 starts in the monsoon season. Its best start was in race number 32, where it finished on 2nd behind Livisilla over 1400 meters. The run we are looking at is from race number 50, where it planted at the gates but then got out of the gates and eventually finished on a detached last. Number 4 is Dubai Bay. Dubai Bay, after shifting base from Western India, its first start on the monsoon season, it finished on 2nd after travelling in 3rd spot for the most part. And number 8 is Roka, who's been made a habit out of coming late into the race and eventually getting into the place money. Let's see how it does today on the winter track. Moving on to number 3, Harvest Time. Definitely one of the classic hopefuls. Harvest Time had a couple of starts in the monsoon season. First up in race number 15, it won the race over 1200 meters. Then it was entered in the Cold Trial Stakes, where it took the turn in 4th spot, but then made up some late gains and eventually finished about 6 lengths from the winner, which was Imperial Power, who went on to dead heat the Derby. Number 5 is Sunshine Prince, who moved from Bangalore. First start it had on the monsoon track in race number 21. Took the turn in 5th spot and stayed on in 5th of 7 runners. The winner here was Nazakat, who won that race by 3 1/4 lengths. Sunshine Prince is bred on air support out of Sunshine Girl. Number 6 is Stormwatch. Stormwatch had runs in Bangalore. First start it had on the monsoon track in race number 52. It was installed as an on-money favourite. This run was over 1400 meters. It was travelling in 2nd spot, but into the last 150 meters it took charge and won that race in decimating fashion, beating Island Lass. Moving on to the 4th race of the afternoon, the Soft Roar Handicap for horses rated in 41 to 66, rated 21 to 46, eligible to be ridden by jockeys of Indian nationality, to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. Couple of runners we are looking at. Number 1, Exotic, and number 6 is Whistleblower. Number 1, Exotic, was travelling in 3rd spot, then weakened as the race came to a boil and eventually finished on 5th. This was Exotic's 3rd start of the season. Number 6, Whistleblower, who skipped most of the monsoon season, had only 1 start. This is this one, where it took the turn in 2nd spot and eventually finished on 4th. The winner here was Livisilla. Number 2 is Queenstown. Queenstown, another classic hopeful. Queenstown won its first start after shifting base from Bangalore in race number 3, where it won, beating Star Justice over 1200 meters in the Phillies Trial Stakes. Queenstown was travelling in 2nd spot, flattered for a while, then Faith absolutely pulverized the opposition and Queenstown had to settle for 2nd spot. Number 3 is Pot of Gold. Pot of Gold, who shifted base from Western India. First start on the Calcutta monsoon track. This was over 1200 meters. In race number 24, it made it a start to finish affair, kicked away from the field. There was a late challenge by Mount View, but Pot of Gold had enough in the tank and won that race readily. Number 5 is Dubai Star. Dubai Star has had 1 start after shifting base from Western India, where it was slow to begin and then took the turn in last spot, made up some late gains and eventually finished on 5th of 7 runners. The winner here was Silverita, won that race by a length and a half. Moving on to the 5th race of the afternoon, the RWIDC Cup for horses rated 81 and above, rated 61 to 86, eligible to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. First up, we had 5 runners who went up against each other. Soaring High, who finished on 7th. Number 3 is Monfortino, who finished on 3rd. Number 5 is Full Volume, who won the race. Number 7 is Areca Legend, who eventually finished on 6th. And number 8 is Hidden Gold, who went on a start-to-finish mission and eventually finished on 5th. Full Volume is definitely the eye-catcher from this pack, who is looking for a hat-trick after winning 2 races back-to-back. Full Volume, who took the turn in 3rd spot, eventually took charge and won that race by a widening margin of 4 lengths, beating Phoenicia Glint. Number 4 is Consigliere. Consigliere had 5 starts over varying distances. It finished on 5th over 1100 meters behind Agnostic its first start. Finished on 7th behind Tigrio in race number 17 over 1400 meters. Finished on 3rd behind Psychic Force in a small field of 4. Finished on 8th behind Sea Lion over 1400 meters. In its last start, it finished on last of 4 runners behind Redoubtable. This was over 2000 meters. Moving on to the 6th and last race of the day, the Abbeville Handicap for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. First runner we are looking at is number 1 Dream Chaser, who had 5 starts in the season. Its best start was in race number 42, where it finished on 2nd to Divya Shakti, almost a distance behind the winner. In its last start, it was travelling in 6th spot, eventually came out and finished on 4th. The winner here was Aircraft, who made it a start to finish essay. Number 2 is UV. UV definitely prefers the winter track over the monsoon track because its 3 starts on the monsoon track was unplaced. First up, it finished on 8th in race number 12 behind Indian Tiger over 1100 meters. It finished on 10th in race number 39 behind Full Volume, again over 1100 meters. Last start, it took the turn in last spot, stayed on in last. The winner here was Risina Star. This was again over 1100 meters. Risina Star won that race by almost 4 lengths. Number 3 is Bread and Butter, who's come down from Western India. First start it had on the monsoon track was in race number 46, where it took the turn in 5th spot. Then when asked for an effort, didn't have much to offer, fell back and eventually finished on 7th of 9 runners. The winner here was John Lafayette, who won that race by a length and a quarter. Number 4 is Island Lass. Island Lass has been knocking on the door, has been placing in most of his starts except for in race number 50, where it finished on 5th. In his last start, it went on a start to finish mission, took the inside run, and then when challenged for the lead, it had nothing much to offer and surrendered the lead to Stormwatch and finished on 2nd, almost 2 lengths from the winner, today ridden by Hindu Singh again. Number 5 is Jinsuku. Jinsuku, after being on the board once in the monsoon season in race number 10, where it finished on 4th. Then in his last start, Jinsuku kept on battling on, eventually got the measure of the runaway leader and staved out the late challenge of Ashwamegh, and Jinsuku won that race by almost 3 parts of a length. Last 2 runners we're looking at. Number 6, Daddy's Dream. Daddy's Dream in race number 53 went on a start to finish mission and eventually finished on 3rd, almost 3 lengths from the winner, which was Magneto. Number 7 is Script. Script had a couple of placed efforts. In race number 2, it finished on 2nd behind the Mentalist over 1100 meters. In race number 19, it finished on 2nd behind Divya Shakti over 1400 meters. In his last start, took the turn in 2nd last spot and made up a placing and finished on 6th of 8 runners. The winner here was Magneto. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you at the races.